I turned around and was like, Missy's trying to throw piss at me. To say they went into orbit was not the words.
Hey guys, what is going on and welcome to Let's Rant. And what are we going to be ranting about today? Well, we're going to be ranting about slow walkers. Now, do you want to start this one off or shall I?
Oh, I don't know where to start, so you'll have to go on.
Alright, so basically today, alright, I was originally, I was meeting up with Perilingo over here. And I was already late, alright, and I literally had to run across the street, and till running across the street, some guy drove past me, wound down his window and went, "Wine drinking," like that. That's how it sounded.
It's just the worst.
And then, obviously, I tried to get away from this guy because it was quite embarrassing, to be honest. And then, oh no, these slow walkers are in the way. And the fact is, they don't damn well realise that I'm trying to get past. Just carry on talking.
It's the same for me. I was out in Commercial Road with a friend of mine. And she wanted to do some shopping, like Topshop and everything. Yeah. And I think that's the worst place to do it, on like shopping centres on like sunny summer's days on weekends are just always packed. And it's the old ladies. Obviously they can't help it. They're old ladies. They're going to walk slow. But it's the fact they don't apologise for it. They'll do it. Like most people, like if I'm walking really slowly and I can see people going behind me, I'll be like, sorry, and I'll move out their way. Old ladies will realise they're doing it, look at you and be like, what's his problem? And they'll carry on. They do it deliberately.
Are
you not about to talk?
The fucking doorbell just went off.
Yeah, right. Old ladies are the worst, though. They're just really bad at it. They'll do it, and they'll do it deliberately, and they'll realise, like, if I'm walking down the street and I can see there's people behind me, I'll pull over and I'll be like, oh, yeah, sorry, mate, and let them go past me. If I'm walking slowly, I think that's just common courtesy. Old ladies will do it, and they'll do it for ages, and they'll see you, and they'll carry on. And then they'll look around again, like 5 minutes later, and if you're still behind them, quite close, they'll look at you and go, what's his problem? And they'll carry on. They won't get out the way. They'll just carry on. And I know they walk slowly because they're old, and it's going to happen to all of us. But is it so hard to ask for them to just leave me a little bit of space, just a slither that I can squeeze through,
snake through them?
Yeah, you know.
Also, the worst part is if you have cars to the right of you. Now you can't actually get past them because literally the amount of space I had is me and you sitting on this chair, and I was right behind them, and there's cars right beside you. I can't get damn well past, alright? So I have to wait for a gap in the car, alright? And I was already late, so I was already time conscious.
Running.
So I basically have to do a right side step out, then run forward, and then go back in. And the problem is, if you try and walk from around the side, they suddenly walk fast again.
Yeah, if you're walking, and if they see you try and overtake, they decide that they need to go faster. They can't let us walk ahead, do they? They have to be faster than us, even if they're just not.
It's so annoying. Like, I know what I mean, you mean, but because I get into... Have you ever done competitive walking with someone? Have you ever done that before?
Yeah.
Where you're just walking on the street and then some guy's just trying to walk faster than you're like, oh no, you fucking don't.
Yeah, and you've got
you got to go in front of him. Oh. But anyway, slow walkers, so...
Slow walkers... Get off the streets. Get high-vis. Get a bike. Buy a car. Get the bus. Do something. We don't want to put up with you.
Or be faster at walking. Right, do you know what I think it's time for? I think it's time for Tit of the Week.
Tit of the Week,
Do you want to go ahead and explain this?
Yeah, I'll take over for Tit of the Week this week. So, on Friday, there was this kid at school. He's a French kid. And he decides he's got to wind up everyone. Literally everyone he can throughout the day. His own friends, teachers, other people's friends, us as year 11, which is stupid.
I know, you don't want to mess with us.
We're just bigger than them. It never ends well. We just mess them up because they're waste mans. And he decides to wind everyone up to the point his friends got so annoyed with him. He went into the toilet with an apple juice bottle, poured the apple juice away, filled up the bottle with his own wee, screwed it up, carried it round in his bag all day, knowing that the French kid, who I call Le Président, knowing that Le Président is going to get thirsty at some point, because obviously hot Friday, summer, gets Le President asks him for a drink, gets out the juice, opens it, Le President starts necking it. He's gone through about, must be what I can only assume is at least like a Coke can's worth of weed before he realised, because he was proper necking it. And like, I'm walking around with a mate of mine and we see it. He starts laughing, but I've got to take it that one step further. I've got to, hammer the nail into the coffin. I go over and start shouting Le President, Le President, Le President, go on, mate. He gets so annoyed at me, more than he's annoyed at the person who gave him the piss bottle. He was fuming at me.
You might say you pissed him off.
I pissed him off. That he opens the bottle, starts trying to chuck it at me. So I'm like, oh shit, because I've got to go straight from school to work. Like, I don't have time to go home and have a shower. I'm going straight from school for my shift at work. 12-hour shift. I don't want to be stinking a wee. So, he starts chasing me. I start legging it, and he is literally as fast as he can, just trying to chuck wee over me. There is literally wee going everywhere. Somehow, I managed to avoid all of it. He's just, every other direction but me, really. I was going as fast as I can, and I'm not a thin person. I'm not a particularly healthy/fit person. I was breathing out my arse, to say the least. I'd been running maybe 150 metres, and I was full on breathing out my arse, to the point I ran into a maths lesson that was midway through going on, just held the door shut. I got a detention because apparently using a maths classroom in self-defence from urine isn't a valid reason to go and hide in a maths lesson. So that tit of the week, I'm going to go half me for getting a detention for self-defence from hiding from urine, and Le President for drinking wee. So well done, Le President. I'd give you your medal on Monday.
I'd say it's predominantly Le President, though.
Predominantly Le President, but maybe a slither for me.
I'm sorry, I'm just picturing this. So you go into this maths class and shut the door, and he goes, "Oi, miss, he's trying to chuck piss on me." Is that what you said?
Imagine me running into a classroom full of year 8s, yay high, really tiny, easily scared, especially by the year 11s, because we're just that much bigger than them. We don't try to, but they always seem scared whenever we're around. So they're midway through their maths lesson, doing their adding and subtracting and stuff, and I, as fast as I can, just run through the double doors into the corridor. They see me sprint over the corridor, then turn around and sprint back, and then slam, like shoulder first, just through the door, like not even opening it, just breaking the handle, slamming through the door, spinning round the door and slamming it shut, and then sitting at the base of it. And then imagine the maths teacher turned around and goes, "Simon, what the hell are you doing?" Start shouting. I'm just like, I turned around and was like, "Missy's trying to throw piss at me." To say they went into orbit was not the words. Like, luckily, Le President had managed to spill the rest of the wheat on himself, tripping up the step into the maths block. Like, he didn't even keep it on himself. He ran up the step, caught a toe, all over himself. So that was a result for me.
Yeah.
Like, so he's got to get it. But
yep. So this is going to be the end of the show. I thank you much, guys, for watching. So, thumbs up and subscribe. I'm drinking.